Please, I'm begging you, please give it back. You took the only place where I still felt my husband. My Robert planted every flower with his own hands before cancer took him. Please, I know you have everything, just give me my morning sun back.
Every morning, at exactly 6:30 a.m., Margaret Collins, a 68-year-old retired schoolteacher, stepped into the small garden behind her house. Tomatoes, lavender, sunflowers, a tiny wooden bench. Before dying from cancer, her husband had built the garden with his own hands. He smiled and said, "When I'm gone, the flowers will keep you company." For 8 years, they did. Then, a young tech millionaire moved in next door, 35-year-old Ethan Walker. Successful, ambitious, always talking about his next project. 6 months later, construction began. A massive 3-story luxury garage and home office tower rose beside Margaret's fence. The day it was completed, something disappeared: the morning sun. Within weeks, the flowers stopped blooming. The vegetables died. The garden became nothing but cold shade. Margaret politely knocked on Ethan's front door. "Would you consider modifying the roofline? Even just enough to let the morning sun through?" Ethan smiled politely. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Collins. Everything was built legally." Then he quietly closed the door. Margaret stood there, holding a single dead sunflower. 3 months later, she sued her neighbor. Not because he stole her land, but because she stole the last place where she still felt close to her husband.
Mr. Walker, most neighbors borrow sugar. You borrowed the entire sunrise. I've heard of people throwing shade, but you poured yours in concrete. Today, this court must answer one question. When does building your dream begin destroying someone else's?
Welcome to Court of Truth, where every secret stands trial.
Your Honor, this case isn't about sunlight. It's about choices, Mr. Walker. Your own architect proposed lowering this section of the roof by just 4 feet, enough to preserve Mrs. Collins' morning sunlight. Do you know why you rejected it? Because it would have reduced the size of your rooftop entertainment lounge. You didn't choose between 2 building designs. You chose cocktails over someone else's memories. That small garden survived cancer. It survived grief. It couldn't survive your blueprint. The law gave you permission to build. It never gave you permission to stop caring.
Mr. Walker, what did your father do for a living?
Construction.
And what did he teach you?
To build something better than he ever could.
Isn't that what we tell every child? Build bigger, dream bigger, leave a bigger legacy. But no one teaches us to look behind us and ask whose light our success may be blocking. Mr. Walker didn't wake up one morning hoping an old widow would cry over dying flowers. He was chasing a dream without realizing his dream cast a shadow over someone else's life. Mrs. Collins, your pain is real. But if we begin punishing every person who unknowingly hurts another while chasing their future, then one day every dream will need permission to exist. Your Honor, perhaps this isn't a battle between a selfish millionaire and a grieving widow. Perhaps it's simply 2 lonely people trying to protect the last thing they believe gives their lives meaning.
Mr. Walker, the law allowed you to build higher. Wisdom would have told you to look next door first. Mrs. Collins, no amount of money will make those flowers bloom the way they once did. But justice is about restoring the past. Sometimes it's about repairing the future. This court orders Mr. Walker to fund the redesign of Mrs. Collins' memorial garden, including a professional landscape plan that restores as much natural sunlight as reasonably possible, without requiring demolition of Mr. Walker's structure. Mr. Walker, you wanted to leave your mark on the neighborhood. Now leave one that your children will be proud to inherit. Mrs. Collins, your husband planted flowers. Today, he reminded an entire courtroom that kindness should never live in the shade. A good neighbor isn't measured by the height of the fence they build, but by the amount of light they leave for the people beside them. Case adjourned.
When you break a heart at the altar, you don't just ruin a wedding, you wound a generation. I am Judge Amara. In this court, truth may hide, but it cannot escape.
Protect her or deceive her? She trusted you, yet you sold her future for a lie. My name is Daniel. Evidence first, emotions later. If you lie in my court, I will catch you.
Lady, this mother has been abandoned by life. Her act was fear, not malice. Is that not a crime of love?
I am Aisha, the only person in this court who still believes humanity exists. Even the guilty deserve someone to speak for them.
This is court of truth, where every secret stands trial. When love hides behind lies, only truth shall prevail.